Hello, friends. Those Back Pages here. I hope you're well. I want to start off by apologizing for last week's episode where the audio died about 12 minutes and 40 seconds into the episode. I am, not tech savvy, but I do believe prior to the audio failure, I received the spam risk phone call, and it popped up on my screen here as my phone that I use as my camera for recording these episodes. So, I declined it, but it is what it is, and I lost audio on the last half or so of the video. I apologize for that. I didn't have any way to fix it, but I tried to remember. I am a one take kind of person, so here we are. Next episode I will try to recap that here a little bit. Basically I was going on and on about how I am unable to find retail product, and that has led me to thinking differently. I've contemplated on a few occasions since this whole thing started of clearing out my retail stash, my wax stash, because that is the easiest of everything to part with. Not totally necessarily in a position to have to, but maybe it is common sense to do so. So it's something that's been weighing on my mind, and here this is all the basketball I've been able to find since draft. Prism draft, I was able to find a couple boxes, couple blasters, a couple value packs, but NBA, this is it. They had multiple waves of Hoops Premium, never found any. Donruss, never found any. Hoops blasters, single packs. No, I found 3 fat packs. That's the extent of everything I've been able to find. And these were $5 each. And I could probably sell them for double that, but it's a little different, these packs. I mean, short of bad actors, that's what I was talking about. Once a case or a box or even a single pack like that is opened, it's gone forever. It's never going to be ungone. Like here's I was able to get one of these directly from Topps, and it was $50, and I think the last time I looked, the buy price on one of the big 3 web wax sellers, they were paying $300, I believe. So I love this, but I mean, sometimes common sense says that maybe it's time to let it go. And then I talked a little bit about pop reports, I think. Yeah, a little bit about pop reports, population reports versus unopened wax. And that, unopened wax will always continue to decrease in actual form. But population reports, outside of very difficult cards, will only increase in time. So there's a segment of the community, I was about to say hobby, but maybe community is a better word for it. There's a population of the community that frowns upon quote-unquote high pop reports. As if, oh my goodness, there's 15,000 Luka PSA 10s. That's so many. Well, is it really? How many people would like to own one versus how many are available, versus it being not just an American sport. Think about how popular basketball is in Asia, in Europe. It's getting bigger in Europe. It's huge in Australia. So there's only so much to go around. And then another thing that I did speak about, and I remember because I watched I did watch the episode without sound, and no, you cannot read lips. Some of you had stated you tried to read lips, but I went into briefly, and I'll go into it again here. What is it about us collectors that, one is not enough? And I showed one of these albums here. Sorry, Doc. The glare is going to kill it, but it is what it is. This is the 2015 LeBron James Revolution card. This was the first year of the Revolution brand, which looks, amazing. This is just a base card. I mean, just so much shine for just a base card. And the first year of the brand, I was very, it was probably a year and a quarter ago now, 14 months or so. I said to myself, this is a first year LeBron card seems to be becoming a pedigree brand. It's a hobby only brand. But I mean, if this is the base card, this is just great. So I went ahead and I checked in the pricing, and I saw they were about $3 each. So I scoured eBay, ComC, Sport Lots, even Beckett Marketplace. That shows you how badly I was scouring for. There was a point where I think I owned every copy under, some of them were listed for like $15-20, so I passed on those. Here's a couple of the parallels. It's tough to tell, they're not numbered. But these three the patterns are different. In person it shows up a little bit better, but overall they look pretty much the same. There's an insert, a couple of the Kobe parallels, a couple of the Kobe's, base card, Giannis, remember him, little Dirk action. So yeah, there was that. And then I showed this one, and even before that one, I got in my head, like, this was probably January of 2020. I was like, wait a minute, why are these $1 each? There's no reason that these should be $1 each. That's too cheap. And as I was looking at the Revolution ones, I said, I think these were under $1 each. These are like 70 cents each, something like that. These might have been $1. Well, as I was looking at the Revolution ones, I said, well, look at the first select card. Why is this card $2 to $3? This card shouldn't be $2 to $3. And then I said, well, look, the first Optic, which is a pedigree brand now. These were $1.35 or $1.13. I think they might have been $1.13. I got these 13 of these from Burbank. I only have 9 in here. I have another album that has extras. But, so yeah. There's 3 cards. I never got more because the price shot up and I wasn't going to pay more than $1 each. So, there's 87 cards in there. Probably spent $125 on that album, maybe. the point being, why couldn't I just get one? One and move on. I wonder sometimes if it's psychological. I'm not sure. I know I'm not alone. I think part of it is that we as collectors, we want to be right. So, oh, look, I have this many of whatever it is. I was right. Ha ha ha. Of course, it doesn't always work out that way. It is very easy to do with the top name players, the legends, the GOATs, as they call them. But, just wonder why I can't stop at one. It's not like, I'm ever going to own another Mantle rookie or a Michael Jordan rookie. Those are expensive cards, so you get one and you move on to the next thing. I mean, that's the general consensus of, collecting is, as I like to always say, and I've said many, many, many times, that collecting is a marathon and not a sprint. It's a lifetime passion. Sure, people come and go in your life, but the hobby is always there for you. And it can help you in bad times as well, both mentally and financially. If you need to sell, you need to sell. Sometimes real life gets in the way, and adulting sucks, but that's not news to anyone listening to the sound of my voice. So, the main topic I wanted to talk about today, hopefully that fills in some of the gaps on the last episode. Again, I apologize. Is not just alternate forms of collecting per se, zagging when everyone's zagging type of thing, looking outside, thinking outside the box, collecting outside the norm, but alternate ways to not only display your collection, but to enjoy it, to enhance it, I guess. I don't know, but I was watching a YouTube video, and somebody had a very expensive slab in what looked like some kind of pouch case. And I said, well, what's that? Because it intrigued me. So I went ahead and, like everyone else, it was time to do some research. And I found out it was these, company called cardcasepro.com. This is an unpaid, this is not sponsored video or anything. I'm not paid to talk about these guys. But, and you'll notice the only reason, if you watch my videos, after one day I put the monetization thing on, because it's basically to keep the lights on. It's not, nobody in our sphere is getting rich on YouTube. That's, if my average video gets about 15 cents, there you go. But anyway, I do the monetization after about 24 hours, just so YouTube keeps me around, so I'm useful. Anyway, so I found out this was the company, cardcasepro.com. And, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I'd asked him, a friend of mine, Dustin, and I asked him, hey, did you ever heard of these? He said, yeah, I have some. Let me send you some. Because I said, I'm going to pick some up. I'm curious to see how these look. He says, no, I have a bunch. Let me send you some. So he did. So they came in the mail, and I checked them out. Knowing they were coming in the mail, I went to the safety box to pull out some bangers for you guys to see. And the first card, this is empty, obviously. And, you know, these cases do hold all three companies. That probably holds CGC, CSG. I think that's what it's called. I think I finally got it right. But anyway, the first card I went ahead and put in one of these cases was, there is Dustin, myself, and Kirk, and a PSA slab photo op from the 2017 National. It was a promo, it was a giveaway. Collecting memories with PSA. So there's the front. It has a clear window and nothing on the back. They do make a version where you can only see this portion up, which makes no sense to me. You might as well get a full velvety sleeve or something if you're gonna do that. So I'm gonna put this. So I went ahead and just to show you guys what these look like now. Oh, you know, I've seen a couple people say, oh, you know, I love superior fit. It used to be perfect fit sleeves, and now they're called superior fit sleeves. And, you know, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I have some. But I thought that, you know, that these are, you know, in quantity, these are like $2 each. I think if you buy 100, they're $2 each. That glare is terrible. That's not gonna work. Sorry about that. So, you know, with how everything's been going the last year plus now, some of our slabs are quite pricey. Let's put it that way. So we need to be proud of our slabs. Proud to own them, proud to show them to friends and family or whatnot. You know, and why not give them a nice proper case where, you know, this, you know, it just slides in and out. So if you're big on the back of cards, I am not. These are not for you. But you just put it goes right in there. Close a little elastic band there. And good to go. Good to show it to people, good to lay it in a showcase or whatnot. I just think these look really nice. They're not, you know, they could be, I think they're like a charcoal color. They could be a nice color. Black would be nice. But, you know, I think they present your slabs really well. It is a clear window, so that's not exposed. But, you know, if you do happen to, the one thing that the perfect fit sleeve will not do, or superior fit, is if you drop it, you know, boom, if you drop your card on a corner, your slab on a corner, you might crack the case, crack the slab. Now again, of course, if you throw this or something of that ilk, you know, you're gonna have problems. Now, you know, I just think these, if you've got a nicer, you know, a higher end collection, then, you know, $2, $3, $4, is that really a lot to put, you know, to put one of these, to put a card, you know, a BGS card, you know, like this, you know, is $4 or $5 too much to spend to put one of these in there? Put this in one of there again. And as I was preparing this video, don't have any expensive SGC holders, but I do have one here, and actually fits quite nicely in the, you know, in the Card Case Pro. But again, so it does help when you know, if you're spreading out your display, or if you have a showcase. You know, regardless of which slab your cards are in, you know, you're going to be able to, you know, properly stack them. I mean, you can say, there you go. I mean, obviously, you can tell a little bit, but for the most part, they're stackable, or just on top of each other. And I just think these look really nice. But again, I mean, you should probably, you know, not put these, you know, you don't want to put $10 slabs in these cases. Or at least, I don't think you do, because it's, you know, it is a bit bulky. But again, if you're going to the show, or any show really, and you're, you know, you're wheeling and dealing, it's like, hey, you guys buying? Yeah, I got a LeBron Chrome 10. Let me see it. Boom. Here, take a look. You know, now if these were in perfect fit sleeves, superior fit, sorry, I keep saying that. But if these were in superior fit sleeves, that's fine. But, you know, you'd feel a little more confident, like carrying these around, you know, willing to show them to multiple people. And again, you know, it's not, you know, you just, you know, he's like, hey, can I check that out? You know, yeah, sure. You know, hey, can I see that? Sure. You know, just go ahead, take it out. You know, and then they can examine whatever they want to see. I mean, and again, if you're doing this with the perfect or superior fit sleeve, you know, sure, it's clear. You know, their sleeves are clear, obviously. They're pretty much crystal clear, but, you know, if, you know, we're talking about, we're talking about, you know, card worth 5 figures. You know, if someone wants to buy that and they want to look at it, they want to look at it good, they're going to probably ask you, hey, can I take that out of the superior fit sleeve? And you say, sure, go ahead. And then they don't want it. You know, the deal does not happen. Then, you know as well as I do that you can't reuse superior fit sleeve. The sticky on the back is not very good. It's, you know, it's a one and done thing. Sure, you replace it, all right, quarter, whatever, 50 cents. However, I haven't bought any in a long time, but so then you just replace it. But you know, you do that enough times, you know, it can get frustrating. So, you know, here you have, that's 15. This is 15 slabs. 14, sorry, because he gave me, I have one extra. So, I hope that was a little educational for you guys. And I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. And have a great night.